and welcome to Department in the Spotlight. I'm Captain Lloyd Mack.
I'm Command Master Chief Tisdale.
And I'm Greg Weiss, Installation Emergency Manager.
All right, we are here today talking with Mr. Wise. We're going to learn a little bit about emergency management, something near and dear to my heart. So we'll start off, and I'll ask you, Greg, can you tell me about what it's like to be a resilient community?
Absolutely, Skipper. Thanks. That's a great point. I've been preaching that since I've got here, and I'll continue until I leave. But when we talk resilient community, we're talking about how well the community is prepared as a whole, how they can absorb a big hit. For instance, if we have an earthquake, do you have a family kit? Do you have a family plan? Have you talked this? And really what we're trying to do is get you back to a state of normalcy. Now, where we're initially focused on restoring our mission at the base, everything that a family can do for themselves makes it a lot easier on the workforce, the sailor or the civilian that's actually working towards the mission, to know that their family is okay, or as okay as they can be, until we're able to take care of everybody and get us, like I said, back to that state of normalcy.
Yeah. Well, I tell you, I'm still working on my emergency preparedness kit, so I'll keep working on it.
Well, we're always available to come out and help people, give them advice. We have flyers we put out, and we always have an outreach at the NEX at least once a month to show people some examples or ideas of things they could put in a kit. But it really comes down to, what do you need? It's your level of convenience that you're willing to accept, or inconvenience that you're willing to accept. Do I need two flashlights or one flashlight? Do I need blankets? You definitely need 5 days of water and food. That's the one staple thing everybody should have, and that includes for your pets.
Great. So we're in the middle of typhoon season. Is there anything you want to advise us on?
We're 17 storms into typhoon season right now. So what I really want to talk about is the tropical cyclone conditions of readiness, or what you'll hear as T-Corps. There's 4 different T-Corps you'll hear announced, and they start about 72 hours out from a storm's potential arrival to us, and they incrementally go down. And as we get closer to T-Corps 1, we're telling people to start preparing. Hey, maybe you need to stock up on your kit, go replenish it. Maybe you need to start moving things indoors, or consider maybe taking some time off or something. If you don't have to be at work, we start looking, do we need to have mission essential people in only, or something along those lines. And that's how we use the T-Corps. The important thing to understand, though, is the T-Corps are actually directed from U.S. Forces Japan until we get down to T-Corps 1. And then we have 3 pieces, or 3 categories for T-Corps 1. We have T-Corps 1 caution, T-Corps 1 emergency, and T-Corps 1 recovery. And recovery and all clear are not the same thing, and it's important that the families understand that. When we go into T-Corps emergency, that means we're actually having the storm hit us at that point. When we go into recovery, now we're sending teams out to assess the damage, look at what might be necessary to repair. Is it safe for people to move around this area of the base, or anything like that? We're doing those things during the recovery. It's not, hey, go outside and start looking and checking things yourself. Now, if you're indoors and you can see damage, you call it into 115, or you report it to our dispatch, but it's not a carte blanche release of people until we go to all clear. And all 4 of those, the T-Corps 1 recovery, emergency, caution, and recovery, and all clear, are all announced by you and directed by you. So we have that ability here.
Now, how do we get the word out to the people?
We have a very vast mass notification capability here at Atsugi, and we use it very well, I think. We have the computer desktop notification, or ad hoc system, where we can notify people through their computers, their telephones, their cell phones, and let them know of an emergency in a very quick way. We also have our marquees. We use our public affairs office very well to push stuff out on Facebook and Twitter. And we also continue to push general messages out through the Leadership Live option that our guys have recently started, which I think is very successful for them in getting the word out. But it's just different ways of us to push that quick notification. And as long as people are aware of where to go to get the information, then their reaction should be appropriate. And now we go back to the resilient community piece, so you can see how it all ties together at that point.
Great. Well, certainly some good advice, and I want to thank Mr. Wise for joining us today. And for NEF Atsugi, that's it from your leadership team here, and that is our Department in the Spotlight. Thank you.